What is good, YouTube? It is your boy D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts, where we react to some of your favorite Reddit posts, videos, and news. We are at it again with another crazy video for you guys today. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We're bringing you 2 reaction videos every single week, but you got to hit the notification bell if you want to know about it. So go ahead and hit that for us. We really do appreciate that. Today, we're going to be doing another Am I the Asshole video. They're asking, am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend that he isn't as tough as my stepfather? Damn. I don't know if you're an asshole, but you mean as hell. I'm not saying that like, because sometimes people mean, and it may be warranted, but if you gotta go to Reddit and ask if you're an asshole for saying something like that, I mean, you are starting off on the wrong foot. I can assure you of that. So they say, I'm a 26-year-old female. I've been with my boyfriend. He's 23 male for several months. Me and my wife argue about how many several is, but we're not going to go there right now. For the most part, things have gone really well, and I hope to marry him someday soon. I'm sure you do. My boyfriend is a graduate of culinary school and has already made his way up to the title of chef de cuisine at a pretty big restaurant. Dope. I like that. That's awesome. Making moves. I'm really proud of him, and I'm excited for what I think is an exciting future for him in the culinary world. Dope. Dope. I'm happy with all of that. Recently, he came home with me to meet my mom. She's a 56-year-old female, and my stepfather, 58-year-old male. For the first time, my stepfather was being his normal, slightly douchey self. All right. Giving my boyfriend a hard time for dating a way older woman and driving a girl car. He drives a Ford Escape. A Ford Escape is not a female vehicle. I personally have had a Ford Escape. I'm already saying the stepfather is an asshole. This dude is not an asshole. You're probably an asshole for telling him that. I don't like that. Why would a Ford Escape be a girl car? That's crazy to me, man. But let's see, because these are some douchey things to say. However, this is honestly just my mom's husband's normal, slightly caustic personality. Yeah, so he's a dick. That's your way of nicely saying that he's a dick. In the end, he ended up shaking my boyfriend's hand and telling him that he was a good kid and to take care of our little girl. Some older dudes do this type of thing because it's like a alpha male type situation, right? So I'm gonna dog on you as much as I can. I'm gonna see how much you can take, and then in the end I'll feel better about myself because you know what I'm saying, I threw some shots at you. Normally with people like this, you gotta be careful, man, because you start throwing shots back and then their feelings get hurt, and then you find out that they ain't really about that life. I don't know the stepfather. I'm just saying I've been in situations like this where people do that. They kind of throw shots, and then in the end it's all for good fun, as long as they're not the one getting ragged on. But after we left, I asked him what he thought of my mom and stepfather. He told me, your mom wasn't bad, but I have to be honest, your stepfather rubbed me the wrong way, which is totally legitimate if that's how you feel. He was getting on you, and you don't even know this dude. You don't know him from anyone. So for him to come at you like that, I can understand that. When I asked him why, he said, I don't know. He's one of those guys who thinks he's so tough, he needs to get over himself. And he probably is. He probably believes that he's a tough guy. I would like to imagine that he probably does. And he may very well be a tough guy, who knows? But I mean, I don't see any issue with any of these things. I knew what my boyfriend meant, but for some weird reason, the way he said it slightly annoyed me. Yeah, the reason why it slightly annoyed you is because you fuck with your stepfather, and you know your stepfather's an asshole, but you're trying to make excuses for him being an asshole. So when someone calls him an asshole, it's like only I can call him an asshole, and no one else can. And that's the reason why I'm pretty sure you're getting ready to hurt your boyfriend's feelings here in a moment. I just want to say a little foreshadowing. I haven't gotten further along in this post or in your relationship, but I can tell you right now, if you guys get married, this is going to be a constant issue for y'all. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. So she said, yes, my stepfather can be a little overbearing, but he's a good guy in the end, and he has always treated me and my siblings well. So basically what you're saying is that it's cool if he's a dick to people, but he's always been cool with us. So, all right. So I asked him, probably a little too sharply, what do you mean he needs to get over himself? My boyfriend responded, he's just not that tough. He has never worked in a 110-degree kitchen. All right, hold up, bruh. That's not a tough thing. Working in 100. Look, we can't be gauging how tough people are by the vehicles they drive and whether or not they stand around in a hot kitchen. This, I don't know what are dudes. Is this what guys are doing now? I have plenty of friends. Like we don't do this, so I've never really gone this way. But I think that what's happening is that the boyfriend, I'd like to gather that he doesn't do a lot of things that would necessarily be considered masculine, and I'm using that very lightly, but because I mean, he kind of was like, he's not that tough. I'm tough because I work in a 110-degree kitchen. Well, you in there sweating and you cooking, so I can't necessarily say that that's like extremely tough. I don't really know what we're gauging this against. Like, are you saying you're tougher than like a MMA fighter? Like I don't mean to go to the extreme, but I don't know what the scale is for this. But he's finding a way. He's finding a way to be tougher than the stepdad. Has he ever executed a wedding while also working a dinner service on a Saturday night? I don't mean to laugh. While an executive chef has been screaming in his face? No. Then he needs to stop acting as if I'm some sort of wimp. He couldn't handle that. Look, I can't cook, but I think that if I wanted to cook, I could deal with that. Like, are you saying like, see, this is kind of the thing is that I think that there's two different kind of toughs that we got going on here, right? The boyfriend is talking about mentally tough. Right? So can you take somebody yelling at you and then still like do your job at the same time, and there's like some kind of physical strain on you that's not given by someone else, but like, you're really, really close to an oven? Can you deal with that? That's his way of saying tough. I'm sure that the stepfather, I don't know this dude, but I'm sure that the stepfather, his idea of tough would probably be different. The stepfather, based upon the way that it seems like he talks to people, his version of tough is a little more physical as far as tough goes, right? So I'm pretty sure that the moment that he saw the boyfriend, he was like, I could whoop his ass if I needed to. Like, if I needed to, I could probably put this dude down. Old chef-ass motherfucker. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's what he said. I don't know for sure because I ain't in people's minds. I'm just saying that seems like something that somebody like him would think. So, that's the case. But in the scheme of things, I'm not really fond of the way that the boyfriend is kind of trying to... But he's look, this is the thing. He's only trying to talk about the tough that he knows. And sometimes we can only go based upon our own life experiences. In his life experience, what tough means is that you can go and you can stand in the kitchen and get yelled at and mentally be able to maneuver through all the things that are necessary in order to do your job. And in the end, whether you're the dude that's throwing, bales of hay into a back of a truck, or whether you're standing next to a 110-degree stove or whatever case may be, you can both be tough if that's really what you want, if that's really what you need, right? Again, I got a little annoyed, as I know you would. I responded, okay, but he's a Gulf War vet. See, I already knew that there was a different type of tough. He's worked as a prison guard in a max security prison for several years before he started his own roofing business. Don't compare, because if you do, you're gonna lose. Damn. So I'm gonna tell you, this isn't good. What you said was definitely a thing that an asshole would say. The boyfriend, his feelings are hurt, so that's the reason why he's saying the things that he's saying. But because of the respect that you have for your stepfather, and even knowing that he's a dick, you feel like you need to stand up for him as you feel like he would probably stand up for you. And then that way you're willing to hurt your boyfriend's feelings 100%. And that becomes somewhat of an issue because that's something that probably isn't going to change. When it comes to women and father figures, that's a pretty important thing. And when they have someone that they fuck with them. So like you can't, if in the end, the most that you can hope is to be 50-50 with that person in the way that they hopefully view you as far as like women are concerned, especially like in a boyfriend type situation. Obviously, once like you're her husband, things cannot, can change and you can elevate and all of that. And then, if you're a dad, things change as well. And then women see you're a good dad. And then, the levels continue. And then you get to be this even bigger role in her life than even her father is, right? But as a several month boyfriend, shots fired. I tell you this, I don't think you can handle what she's saying to you, even working in a 110-degree kitchen and being an executive chef while someone's screaming in your face and also handling a wedding and a dinner service. So we'll see. We got a little more. My boyfriend thinks that I emasculated him. Oh, you did. Like 100%. You hurt his feelings. You hurt his feelings. He wasn't prepared for that. He wasn't prepared for that at all. When I said that, in that I should have had his back. We'll get to that in a moment. I think I was just giving him a reality check. And also was being fair to my stepfather, a man who I don't really have great affection for, but who I do respect and admire, and whom my mother loves. Am I the asshole? Based upon the last paragraph, yes, you're an asshole, and I pretty much already said you were an asshole before we even got to this point. For you to give your boyfriend a reality check, you also would need to give your stepfather a reality check. And I think that you stating that you don't really have great affection for him is not necessarily a correct statement. I don't really think that you're telling the truth there. I think that you want to think that because we also haven't talked about your biological father, right? So like maybe you're one of those people who's like, he's not my real dad, so he'll never take place of my dad. So that's the reason why, you don't have really great affection for him. But to be perfectly honest, you would have understood more so why your boyfriend felt the way he felt. And you also probably would have said something to your stepfather at that time when he was ragging on him in order to try to help the situation, because this is the first time that they're interacting with each other. So when you got two dudes that are interacting with each other and one of them wants to be like the alpha male, they want to try to, set their position in the room. Your boyfriend, he's not really about that. He's more about taking it and then talking to somebody else about it after the fact. Where there are plenty of other men that would have just gave it right back to your stepfather at that time. And we could have seen how you truly were at that moment, because you would have had to have said something to your boyfriend after he gets right back at your stepfather, like right at that moment, because he could have deaded all of that. That's one of the reasons why your stepfather said that he's a good kid and all of that, right? Because he was able to take the beating that I'm sure your stepfather would kind of call it, the verbal beating that he gave him to kind of see the type of person that he was, right? But that still makes him a dick. Like, he's still a dick. I'm sure he does that to the guy in line at the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? At the checkout. He's probably that person. But you did wrong by your boyfriend. You should have never said that to him. You can still talk to your boyfriend about how you feel about your stepfather, but you should have understood where he was coming from as meeting this man the very first time, and the very first things out of this dude's mouth are degrading to your boyfriend, right? Not cool in any type of way. So, and once again, I think that you have more affection for him than you're actually saying. So you were being an asshole. You need to apologize. Your boyfriend felt a certain kind of way, and to a certain extent, rightly so. For him to feel that way, you have to. There's got to be in a relationship like that, especially if you have a woman that feels that way about her father, and that's how her father is. You got to understand and realize that there are certain things that time can only fix, and you're not going to fix that particular situation in several months. I mean, you guys could be together for years, and she'll probably still feel that way. Like I said, there are certain things that change things like that, like having kids, providing properly, those type of things that kind of changes the dynamic a little bit, because she doesn't know whether or not you are going to be the same type of person that he is when it comes to those things, not being an asshole, but by taking care of your business, right? So, yes, lady, you are an asshole. You need to be nicer to your boyfriend. The boyfriend needs to understand that there are different types of tough. In his version of tough, it ain't gonna impress very many rooms. And I ain't trying to rag. I'm just saying it's not gonna impress me. So don't say that again. Just saying. Don't say that to anyone else. You said it to your girlfriend. That's fine. She didn't even keep it to herself. So that's unfortunate. But don't say that to anyone else. Just keep that to yourself if you possibly can. And in the end, I think that these two will be fine. This is not a huge deal as long as everybody is respectful of each other. So this one, we definitely got an asshole here. I don't think that she's a horrible person, but she's obviously trying to stick up for family, and a lot of people are going to do that. They're going to try to stick up for family. They're going to feel disrespected sometimes and things like that. So that's okay. So we want to thank you guys for checking us out. We're doing this 2 times a week. Like and subscribe, please. Hit the comments. Tell me if there's things that you want me to talk about. You got to hit the notification bell. I cannot express that enough, because that is how you know when I'm posting. That's how you know when I'm on here being mean to people. That's how you know. I try not to be mean, but sometimes I say some things, right? But that's how you know. That's how you know when my opinion is showing up, because you get that notification bell. So hit that notification bell, like and subscribe. I am D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts.